So anyways, I'm going to try to defeat Gladius by only blocking. The only walking ability I have is Savage Flames, and that misses all the time. So here we go. I have 2 Wending Graces and the regular extra life you get for doing solo, so hopefully that will be enough to survive this. Oh, the Reflect does so little damage. I'm gonna be here a while. We're gonna be here a while, so let's fast forward just a little bit. Huh. Well, this is awkward. See, when I was thinking of funny video ideas for Elden Ring Nighttreign beyond, like, challenge runs, because, A, they're far better people at this game than I thought this would be, you know, funny. Just block dog until he dies. I didn't really calculate for how long this fight would take without actual attacks. So we're gonna get to probably the biggest turning point when it comes to this particular boss with just blocking, which is the 3-dog phase, or which when Gladius splits into 3 beasts. The interesting challenge with this particular boss when it actually comes to just blocking is that the dogs will try to surround you and hit you from behind, and if they don't hit your shield, you don't get your shield bonus. So the best solution I found to this was to just go to the edge of the arena and have my back against the wall, and as you see, they can't really get behind me. There is a weakness to this strategy, which is that I'm very dependent on my stamina, and I have to kind of watch out and like unblock so that I can recharge my stamina. And you see the blocking is not perfect. Sometimes I do get sideswiped, but the objective is still the same, which is kind of just block. That time we didn't drop, which is great. The issue is that I don't deal enough damage very quickly to defeat him before he splits again. So that's not the last time that we will see 3-dog phase. Again, I wish I could tell you that something super exciting is going to happen and I'm going to get some big burst of damage that suddenly drops this boss immediately, but my shield doesn't do that. We're not dealing direct attack, so we're going to fast forward again. I guess while we're here, we can talk about how shields work in this game. In this game, unlike in base Elden Ring, all shields have 100% physical negation. And I'm pretty sure that also applies to weapons as well. If you block with a weapon, you will always be able to block 100% of the physical damage. It's just the stamina cost is going to vary. You'll notice that whenever they do their fire breaths, I still do take a good chunk of damage. Not as much as you would if you weren't in stance, but you still do take damage, and different shields have different elemental negations. If you really wanted to min-max how much of an element you block, you would probably want to find a great shield that blocks that particular element the most. So, for example, the Dragon Claw shield, which is the Draconic Tree Sentinel shield, has the most electric negation as well, but that's if you're really min-maxing. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect how much of the reflected damage you have. It's just that if you have a great shield, they're going to be bouncing off your attacks more often. We did drop in this particular phase, so we only have 2 lives left. Another interesting challenge that I found with only blocking Gladius is because he splits into 3 different entities that all want a piece of your body. Probably a better way to say that. Lock-on kind of betrays you here because you face one character, which gives the opportunity for the other dogs to kind of swing behind you, and you kind of see some of my issues right now with that exact concept. But as long as my back is against the wall, I block a majority of the damage here. There isn't really any evolution to the gameplay here. I'm just blocking. And I do it 60 damage at a time, and hopefully sometimes I get a multi-proc if they're around me, because it seems to reflect around all the entities, but that is a faint dream for the most part. We're going to fast forward here in a bit. Realistically, if you wanted to maximize an only blocking strategy and wanted not just to depend on the reflection damage, any walking effects are pretty good. I have a really bad one, the Savage Flames when walking. Wraiths when walking, Deluge of Stars when walking are your go-tos and do trigger on walking while you are in your stance. Something else that's really useful, of course, is any recovery of HP or stamina, particularly the Gladius Relic. The stamina on attack, the reflection does count as attacks. So you do get a little bit of stamina back for every time you successfully block and hit the reflect damage. With that last flask, there is no more healing available to me. All I have are the 2 Wending Graces. So, there's a good quarter of a health bar left. Let's see if we can close it out. That is 1 extra life down, 2 left, and we're gonna fast forward a bit. And there it is. Gladius dying by only blocking. Do I recommend this challenge for people who want to have another accolade in their Souls repertoire for Nighttreign? No. A resounding no. This fight takes way too long if you just do blocking. Everyone have a good night. Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, laughed, learned something, or just anything of that nature, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps me a lot. And if you didn't enjoy it, please, 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 please,